What's up, my upper echelonians? This is your boy Upper Echelon coming in with you with a banger today. Y'all smash that like, that share, that subscribe button. And remember, Monday through Friday, we come on from 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And everybody's welcome, open forum. That means you get to come in and you get to speak your demands and you get to talk how you want to talk because it's an open bar and everybody's opinion matters. But let's get to the fight at hand. We got a lot of great fights coming at the end of this year, and this fight right here is a remarkable one. We got the Boogeyman, the 135 killer, the one who arguably made King Devin drop his belt and flee to another division. We got Shakur Stevenson, and then we got Edwin De Los Santos, the man that stopped the El Rayo. Yes, he's the one that gave Rayo his first loss and stopped him in dramatic fashion. Mr. De Los Santos. He's been hunting Shakur for the last 2 years, so he must have seen something in Shakur, which is amazing because all we've seen was fighters duck Shakur. And I hate to say it, but my man Frank Martin, he even ducked the man Shakur. Shakur is a monster that nobody wants to tangle with, except De Los Santos. De Los Santos must have seen something. But it's going to be a great fight. I'm going to elaborate on it more, but first, I'm going to let y'all hear from the 140 King, the killer at 140, the future champ of 140, the African, Richard Hitchingson.
Like, he was real scary. I really was being a little bit careful, because at the end of the day, you got to realize he got power too, so I had to being a little bit careful. He was real scary. He got power. He was real scary.
Edwin La Granada de los Santos.
He was real scary.
In your house, Shakur. And you sparred both Shakur Stevenson and Edwin De Los Santos. They'll be fighting real soon. Talk to me. Who do you lean towards? And on top of it, what you think, what you see play by play, round by round in that fight? He is cracking. He is a southpaw.
I think that's a dangerous fight for Shakur. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think it's a 50-50 fight. I think that De Los Santos, you know, he's punching. He's punching very, very hard. He's skillful. I've been in the ring with him. Very skillful. Great reaction. I think that is the toughest guy Shakur fought. He's no Jamal Herring. He's no Oscar Valdez. Stylistically, he's gonna be able to. He's gonna be able to, you know, bring out the next level of Shakur. So I think it's a right now is an even fight to me. But I think obviously Shakur might be a slight favorite because he's a little bit more experienced and he is the better boxer, like, to a certain extent. But I can't just say that because if he is the better boxer, Edwin punching power and his like how like sharp he is going to make up for that. So I feel like it is. Yeah, I feel like it's going to be a great fight.
You know, a lot of people spoke upon the factors of him having the heavier hands could make the biggest difference in the fight. When it comes down to Edwin's punching power, you bet in there. I mean, you tell us, like, is it? Yeah,
it's definitely real. It's definitely real. That's who his power is. Who I can compare is Zepeda power to. Like, me being in the ring with Zepeda, me being in the ring with Edwin. I was in the ring with Edwin with 8 ounces, and 16 ounces, 16s, and he's punching like instantly. I was like, oh yeah. Now I see why he got so much confidence in this kid. Like, he's punching for sure. Like, he's definitely punching. That right there ain't no cap, for sure.
I asked Shakur, hey, is Edwin De Los Santos a better fighter than Frank Martin? He told me, yeah. What do you think?
For sure. I think that, like I said, I feel like Shakur is in a tough fight. He's in a tough fight. This ain't the De Los Santos kid can definitely fight. I've been in the ring with him. He's a tough fight, and I think it's a 50-50 fight. Like I said, I think that for Shakur boxing ability, because he has boxing ability, the power and his sharpness and his youth is going to take over for that because he has certain things that Shakur don't have. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be a great fight. I think this is a fight that everybody should tune into because I know damn for sure I'm gonna be watching.
Hell yeah, me too. I'm talking to Edwin, you know, and he's been hunting Shakur for a couple years now. He told me that, you know, there's no way that Shakur can get away from my power. I don't care how good he boxes. Once I land leather on him, it changes the whole thing. But it being a southpaw matchup, I mean, Shakur told me that he loves fighting southpaws.
Yeah.
You think that when it comes down to exchanges, do you think that's the biggest factor in this fight? And I know Shakur don't really exchange because
but I think Dos Santos can definitely turn this fight into a war. I think he can. I think he has the boxing ability to where Shakur will have to bite down and maybe, all right, let me step to this kid. Because like I said, Dos Santos can box. He can box. It's very smart. So I feel like it might be adjustment. Shakur have to, you know, come forward, bite down, and fight. But I know it's gonna be a fight for sure, 100%. I know that because I've been in the ring with both of the guys. I know it's gonna be a fight. It ain't gonna be an easy sweep, and for any guy, it's gonna be a great fight.
I've also heard some things, some stories in the boxing gym with De Los Santos' chin. It's, you know, he can dish it, but not necessarily can take it. What are your behalfs on a Shakur stoppage?
I mean, we don't know, man. Like I said, Shakur haven't shown he could take it yet. He hasn't been in position to be able to show that he could take it. And De Los Santos, like you said, we don't know if he can take it. So hey, that right there, some questions will be answered on November 16th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's coming from future champion Richard Hitchingson, the African. And shout out to my guy Mill City Boxing for having him. I feel like Richard Hitchingson is one of the best at 140. This man sat there and said that Zapata, who's a 140 pounder, who he fought with 8-pound gloves, hits about the same as De Los Santos in 16-ounce gloves. That's saying a lot. That's saying De Los Santos has some heavy hands, and that means he has heavy power. And he's also been there with Shakur, and he's talked about Shakur IQ and everything. So this is going to be a hell of a fight. But not only as we alluded to De Los Santos' power, Hitchingson said that the man has the boxing ability and the speed. And see, this will be the best opponent that Shakur has had in his career. And see, this also is going to be able to push Shakur to the next level. Now, if Shakur is the fighter that we think he is, then this is going to be a spectacular fight. It's going to push him to the next level. Floyd Mayweather once said, sometimes you just got to fight. You just can't outbox a fighter. Sometimes you just got to fight. And when he's in there with Del Santos, he's going to have to mix it up. He might be able to follow the guidelines that my guy William Foster III went to, but that was a younger Del Santos, and he's matured since then. So it's going to be a rough and rugged fight. Shakur's going to have to be able to bite down. We're going to find out a lot of answers. We're going to find out if Shakur's power is increased, or we're going to find out can Del Santos take a shot. We're going to find out if Shakur can take a shot. And see, I probably think that when Del Santos sees that Shakur stays right in front of his opponents, and he just narrowly avoids getting hit, and then he pops, he pull counters, because that's Shakur. He likes to stay on the front foot right in front of you, so it adds that mental stress as well as physical stress with him being right there always around. And I think Del Santos feel like he can counter and time Shakur, but hasn't nobody ever been doing it yet. So he might be the first, or he might be another casualty in the mix. But we will see. Shakur, he's coming to make a statement. Everybody's been ducking him. They always discredit his resume. Well, now he has a resume fight. He has a great fight. And he has a chance to separate himself. And see, that's what we talk about in boxing. It's levels. And when you have two elite guys in the ring, you will see the separation of levels. Just like if you have a great fighter and the elite fighter, when they're in the ring, it'll separate. It's like putting oil and vinegar. They separate. Like, you can't fake the funk in boxing. Is if you got the skills to pay the bills or you don't. And we will see what is going on. But either match, it's a great fight. We had Pitbull Cruz that turned down De Los Santos. We got Frank Martin that turned down Shakur, like they said, so let's do it together, and I'm glad they did it. They say Frank Martin turned down his biggest payday of $1 million, which he did. So now Edwin De Los Santos gets a chance to make his biggest payday. And like we said before, 99.2% of boxers never receive $1 million for a fight. So I'm glad Edwin De Los Santos is able to get his money. I'm glad for the fight because, yes, I wanted to see Shakur versus Frank Martin, but if you look at it, this is a better fight than Frank Martin because now we actually see more out of Shakur. But hopefully Frank Martin bounce back, but hopefully this Shakur and De Los Santos is the fight that we dream it is, and it goes down. And Shakur, his power has increased since he's reached the 135. And see, like I said, Shakur and Devin, they both suffer from crushing their weight down. So we haven't seen what their true power is like. Like if you notice in the Yoshido fight, Shakur's power increased. If you notice in the Jamel Herring fight, from Shakur going up from 127 or 126, you see his power increased. And that's what I say, when you crush yourself down to a lower weight, when you move up, your power increases like Bud at 135, then to 140. You see the knockouts increased to 147. That means he got all knockouts. And that's what we try to explain. Like Devin Haney, his power will be increased versus Regis Rougarou Prograis. And so Shakur, he came up to 130. His power increased. He crushed Jamel Herring. Now he's at 135, and his power has created. Sorry about that. His power has increased exponentially. So with that said, his power is going to keep rising. And now we about to see a stronger Shakur this fight. And him and Devin are both very big. I think he caps out at 147. I think we'll see the peak of Shakur's power. But right now we about to see a treat with him and Edwin De Los Santos November the 16th. I feel like everybody should tune in because it's not going to be an empty seat in that house. This is a battle we've been waiting for. And ain't nobody scared of each other because the man been calling Shakur out. So if you to call Shakur out, you're ready. So November 16th, we got Edwin De Los Santos and Shakur Stevens with a packed crowd. Y'all make sure y'all smash my like buttons and subscribe if you're not. And remember, come by any day, Monday through Friday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to catch the live show and to become a part of the team. Thank you. Upper Echelon out.